to our All Together Passage series, a daily vlog taking you with us on our maiden voyage from France to Miami. We're on leg 3 to Miami.
I'm sailing with the A2. Enjoyable.
Sailing the boat alone. Everyone's in bed, and you probably can't hear me because it's a little bit windy, but it's pretty fabulous. It's the first time I've really gotten a chance to sail the boat alone, and it's been really fun. It makes me happy. Yeah, it's kind of a beautiful morning, calm before the storm, and I'm just up here sailing this boat alone, loving it, super happy, and just wanted to share that with you.
So it's morning on AWEN and we are sailing, woohoo! We've got the Genoa up, I don't know, we're going maybe 6-7 knots, which is right about where we need to be, and we're headed for our safe stop to let the worst of the weather go through. But we thought it would be worthwhile to do a little sports recoup of what happened last night, which I don't think I got any video of. But yeah, we had a little bit lively wind, and I'll let Stephane kind of do the full coverage.
So we left catamaran around 3 o'clock UTC. Took 2 hours. We had to wait for boat finishing fueling up. We fueled up, and then we waited another hour to just check in. We realized that it was asymmetrical territory, so everybody was up to fly it, knowing that in the middle of the night it will probably be we will have to take it down. So we rigged that up, enjoyed sailing the A2 for a while. Then the wind at one point was light, and you came up. We talked about it, ended up deciding to take it down. So took the A2 down, the wind came back. We could have carried a little longer, but that was okay. So I think we motored for a little while. Got some, the other thing is when we left, before we took the A2, before we put the A2 up, we knew we would face probably like 20 plus knots. So we thought, okay, instead of like reefing in the middle of the night, let's take one reef. So that was like conservative. We could have flown it the first part, but I mean in the middle of the night we would have had to also take a reef. So that was, I think that was a good call, because we ended up having 25 plus, 25.
It was 32.
25
yes.
Steady,
yeah.
With a steady gust in a 28, 30, 32. So we were basically under main alone, one reef, tracking along at, I don't know, 10 knots average. So boat was happy, sea state was okay. And so that's what we did for part of the night. But then we had to keep rounding another point, change angle. We got light, a bit of motoring again. And now we're a little bit further. There is kind of a huge bay, so we're getting more steady winds. And since we've been moving quite well, we've got time to get to our marina. The only goal we have for today is to get to Ocean World Marina before sunset. I mean, when I say before sunset, we want to arrive there at 4 or 5 p.m. local time. So that's the only goal. As long as we accomplish this, then as a team, we would have accomplished part 1 of leg 3. So we'll drink to that once everything is done. And that's for part 1.
What have you eaten for breakfast?
Breakfast of champion. What I can say without talking about part 2 is last night was a very good training for what might come in part 2. A lot of beam reaching, and we'll have to use all the sails, downwind sails over time, but the first part will be more windy, and so it'll be very similar to what we face, except in this case we were conservative and took reef 1. In the other part we might just push a little more. We'll see if we have flat water, if we get in the lee of the Bahamas Islands. We'll see. That's part 2, but that was potentially a good rehearsal as a crew.
So how was the sail this morning?
It was amazing. So Stephane and Daniel woke me up, I think at 6 a.m. and I came up and was able to just sail the boat completely on my own by myself for the better part of 3.5 hours or so, and it was so much fun. The wind was a little shifty, so I was adjusting everything constantly. It was the fastest shift I've had so far. And yeah, it was just kind of magical. It was a beautiful morning, and I was figuring out the boat and doing it on my own. So I love that I could adjust everything on my own, and yeah, it was kind of magical. I really loved it.
Cool. Are you looking forward to the second part of the trip with a little bit more sporty?
So it's interesting. We've had a lot of not enough wind or too much wind so far, except this morning has been gorgeous. We've had a couple perfect moments as well. But the first too much wind we had, we were so bouncy. The boat was a little bit, like I told everyone, oh, it's a bit of a bucking bronco. And I was like, wow, this boat might be too sporty for me. Like, I don't know. This is not fun. If it's always like this, maybe it's not the right boat for me. But then last night when we had high winds, I felt good. I felt really comfortable with the boat. I felt like it could handle it. And, that we were all safe and, in a good place, even though it was gusting quite high. And the waves were a bit high as well. So I am kind of looking forward to the next part, because I think it'll give me a better idea of what the boat can do, what she can handle, what I can handle. So yeah, I think right now I'm in love with the boat. So that's a good place. But you also just want to feel confident in the boat and your ability to handle the boat. So every boat is right for someone, but I want to know if the boat is right for me.
Yeah. That's really well said. It's a little sad.
We can do this in 5 hours at 6 knots. And right now...
So now there's absolutely no wind. I think we're going 1.5 knots. So we're waiting it out. One of the things that Nikki taught us is, when the conditions change, to have a cup of tea and wait it out, which is something that goes a little against my nature. Like last night when I came up and things had sort of died down, I just started putting on my life vest, thinking, okay, we're going to douse the A2. And I just got right into action. And, Stephane was on watch, and, he wanted to kind of talk it through and then agree to a plan and wait it out a little bit. And, it's just an adjustment for me. not being so into action, but being more into observation. And it's just a personality quirk. I'm just used to, you know, in my work life or whatever, just being, you know, go, go, go. So I think you quickly create a habit, a lifelong habit of being into action, into a solution. And with sailing, sometimes it's better to just wait. And I'm learning that lesson for sure.
Got a car that's a little stuck.
Hey, what are you guys doing over here?
This is knot tying practice.
What kind of knot?
So this is the Save Your Life bowline.
Okay.
So this is if you've fallen into a body of water, somebody throws you a rope. So you have said rope, you pass it around yourself like so, and then you go like so, and you have a bowline by which you can be pulled out of said body of water.
That's a great skill. I think I need to probably learn that. Maybe you can teach me that in the 3 days that we're sitting doing nothing.
We'll have plenty of time.
Yeah. What are we going to do to keep ourselves busy?
So Daniel and I used to do drunk knot tying class in the evenings when we sailed together, which wasn't really drunken, but we would moor or anchor, and of course I wouldn't drink, but the students would all have a drink, and then we practiced knot tying.
It was very educational.
And fun. Hopefully you have some games on the boat.
Yeah.
And then Daniel and I are secretly scheming to run out and find a burger somewhere and get our red meat fix.
How's the vegan boat been?
It's been great. The food is delicious.
It is.
And yeah, we have not been, I felt totally satiated and content with the food content. But yeah, it's kind of our thing as well. We usually, when we get to shore, we usually get a burger and a beer. So we might try that.
We might go with you. I could use to get off the boat too.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool. So Daniel, will you show me how to do that? That's awesome. I need to practice. I'm gonna do that now.